Well, here we are at the laboratory in Faraday Studios, Cambridge, Massachusetts, for some lab tech. And this is a little bit we do here at studio for the old chemist wizard who started this in 1964 to pass on some of the tricks of the trade for any young aspiring scientists who would like to improve their skills in a laboratory. So today we're just going to talk about two words. Now I've got a jar of chemical here, a reagent called copper sulfate. And if you can look closely on the small print, the name of this is not just copper sulfate, it's a longer name. Do you see it? Copper sulfate pentahydrate. Pentahydrate. Hey cameraman, what do you think penta means?
5.
5, he got it, the man got it 5. But then there's hydrate. And there's two words that you'll often see when you're dealing with chemicals in the lab. You'll see hydrate, right? And you'll see anhydrous. And those are two words that what I'd like you to go away from watching this today is just what do those two words mean? Because I see them all the time. In the lab they say anhydrous fertilizer or hydrated lime. That's something when you're doing concrete work. I say, I need a bag of hydrated lime, or I need to sprinkle some anhydrous nitrogen on my lawn. Well, hydrate means with water. It's wet. It's got H2O. And anhydrous means no water. No water around. If I'm doing some sports and I don't drink enough water, I get dehydrated. And then I need to rehydrate by drinking some Gatorade or whatever. And if I would look at that chemical formula for copper sulfate, there's the Cu for copper, sulfur and oxygen together in such a mix with 4 oxygens. That mixed together is called sulfate, copper sulfate. And that little dot right there means that whatever it is over here is not chemically bound to the copper sulfate, but it's hanging around. It's kind of like your little brother does when you have a candy bar. He kind of follows you around the house, hoping he can get some. Well, this little dot means it's added on or surrounding. So 5 water molecules, H2O, are surrounding this, not chemically bonded, but they're attracted to and kind of sticking to it. And often that H2O is called waters of hydration. Copper sulfate has 5 waters of hydration, or it is a pentahydrate. And copper sulfate comes in dihydrate, trihydrate, all sorts of hydrates. And let's just look at some reagents right here. Here's one. Ferric nitrate. There's the iron for Fe, the nitrate, NO3. And there's 3 of those. But look at that. Dot, 9 H2Os. So that's hydrated. Ferric, it's got 9 water molecules attached to it. And let's check out another one here. Ferric ammonium sulfate. Look at this one. See if you get that. And it's got 12 waters of hydration. This is a hydrated chemical. Now I could get that ferric ammonium sulfate without the water if I needed it for a certain reaction. And here's one. Calcium chloride that has no water. And what does it say? Anhydrous, no water. Its waters have been, and it does usually have a few waters of hydration, but in this case they've been removed. So I was going to dump some of this out for you. It says 8 mesh, what does it say on there? It's certain mesh, it's a powder, it's a little pellets. Well, when I unscrewed the lid, this had been setting so long, I was gonna pour some out. They're in there, but some water from the atmosphere leaked in. This is all hydrated now. It's no longer anhydrous. It's turned into kind of a lump in there. So I would have to take this out and treat it to get rid of the water and dehydrate it again. So it's really, it says on the label it's anhydrous without water, but leaky lid. I should have sealed it up with some parafilm or something. This has been sitting on the cabinet for a long time on the shelf, so it leaked enough moisture in there to hydrate it again. So 2 words, hydrate, anhydrous. Just 2 words you need to know in the lab. You hear them all the time. with water, without water. I think I'm gonna go hydrate. You guys wanna get something to drink?